because I'm meeting with, I hope to meet with the judge, the county judge, who's my only ally in Montgomery County.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole action could implicate the sheriff, Rand Henderson, the county judge, not the county judge, the county attorney, everybody associated, you know, the district attorney, this Judge Patrice McDonald, because of one statement in here. This says it was filed on
1/7 of 20.
1/7, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this attorney and his connections with the district attorney's office from his prior experience, he's gone through and just copied out, blacked out this, which was the, it says first amended final decree when it was filed on this date.
Mm-hmm.
And the court records show it as being filed on January 24th. Well, January 24th happens to be the day after I visited my wife at our house that she had me locked out of in a double-gated community in Point Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
And I called the sheriff's office,
Mm-hmm.
and I have that recorded also, telling them that I was going to be visiting the house. I was in the driveway, and I need the sheriff's assistance over there to ensure that there wasn't an altercation, got out of hand. You know, she asked me, well, do you have any weapons in your car? I said, no, I don't. Well, just wait there until I send a deputy over. So I waited quite a while, and she kept me on the phone the whole while. I went down to the street so that they would know how to get in there. It's a long driveway,
Right.
You can't see the house from the street. So when they finally did show up, the one of the deputies got out of his car, asked me to put my hands behind my back, and accused me of whatever. Okay, I did when I went in through the gate, the main gate of the place.
Mm-hmm.
The security guard there said, "No, Mr. Heron. Mrs. Heron says that you're not to be allowed in." I said, well, I still own the house. I'm a 50% owner of that house, and I'm coming in. So I told him to open the gate. He didn't open the gate, and I know how they're put up. They put up 2 plastic bolts because there have been people running through the gate before. Just knocked that down, went down, and that's when I called the sheriff
Right.
to say, you know, there might be an altercation, because I knew my wife was home.
Right.
And I told the sheriff, deputy, whoever I talked to, that, you know, I'm not going in that house until you send somebody out here, because there is a gun, 1 gun left in the house. I took all the other guns out of the house. But there's a shotgun in there, not that you know how to shoot it. But I said, I'm not going in there with a weapon in the house. So when they showed up, they handcuffed me, and I had my dog with me. Some of the neighbors came out because I'm down in the street, so I got 3 or 4 neighbors
Right.
watching me. Anyway, this is a false document.
Okay.
It's forged.
You mind if I read it?
No, let me show you the important pages.
Okay.
Page 7 here is where this all comes about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You talk about a nightmare. So, you know, I'm telling you folks this so that you have access to the facts. You'll have access to, you know, all of this information. And you know, I don't feel comfortable driving into Montgomery County with all the people that are involved in this.
Mhm.
I have evidence against the county, the district attorney, because I've complained to him before. And he hooked me up with his deputy, or his chief of white collar crime, and I have an interview with him and a deputy from the sheriff's office saying that, you know, I didn't have a crime. You know, they haven't committed a crime. That was the first instance. I called him again, yes, what's today?
Today is 19.
I called him again yesterday and talked to the district attorney's office. They hooked me up with an investigator in the white collar crime division who is the same young lady that I talked to 2 years ago when I made the first complaint. She hooked me up with his name's Joel Daniels. He's the chief of the white collar crime division. I think he still is. I gave her my contact information over the phone so that she knows it's me. And I don't know what's going to happen from there. Because I said, you know, I want to report an attempted murder. And the lady asked me, and this is all on tape, you know, who is it against? I said, it's attempted murder and it's against an attorney. And she said, well, I said, I don't want to give you the name because, you know, you're an attorney also and you can't take evidence. You can't be called to court.
Right.
Okay, so that's when she hooked me up with this Aaron Smith. So, what this says is, petitioner Jane Heron, my wife, and me have acknowledged that before signing this first amended decree of divorce, those are the words that are crossed out up here. They have read this final decree fully and completely, have had the opportunity to ask any questions regarding same, and fully understand that the contents of this first amended final decree of divorce constitutes a full and complete resolution of this case. Now, this is the last page of it. I never signed it. So this is BS. And it's wrong. And this signature, if the judge signs this, you know, she would be in a lot of trouble. I have other evidence in the transcript of the court records that when we had our trial back in September 30th, she would not give a resolution. She said, I will need another week at least to review all the evidence in this case. When she finally posted an entry on January 7th that that was this day here when this thing came out. You know, it was not resolved.
On this day, on the 30th?
It was not resolved on the 7th. Yeah. And I have all those court records. And you know, you can get into all your court records. You can get into everything. So, you know, there's clear evidence that this is incorrect. And I have noted to Judge Keogh, who's the county judge, and others, and to this judge, how signatures are easily forged on a document. They're copied from a PDF document and put on a Word, and then you do all this stuff. I'll show you how to do it if you want to. But I doubt that you'd ever want to.
Right.
So, I have an attorney from Killeen, Corbin Stabler and somebody else, the Corbin legal team calls it, that have advised me, first of all, free of charge. And when I was trying to determine, you know, I was running out of appeal time. If this thing was signed on January 8th. February 7th was my deadline to get in the 30-day appeal time.
Okay.
So I went to Corbin down there, and I said, just listen to me for a minute. And he capitulated and gave me the documents that I needed to file for a new trial, which I have filed. And I have noticed it to, you know, as appropriate. I've acted through all this stuff pro se in 3 courts of Montgomery County and been screwed in each one. I have not been given, you know, due process.
All right.
I haven't had a hearing, a proper hearing.
Did they try to serve you with these papers at all that you know
Oh yeah,
of?
oh yeah.
With any copies of this final decree?
Yeah, I can get you one.
Well, no, I'm saying, did they attempt to serve you with these papers?
This one you picked up
this
yourself.
one. Oh,
This one,
yeah.
obviously, yeah, you picked up yourself.
Did they
Right.
give
But
you-
did they attempt to serve you?
Well, they say they did, but that's another piece of evidence that I have in here. Because the service notice was dated, that January 24th, saying that the final decree was signed on the 8th. You know, it's just,
Do you have any copies of the papers where they tried to serve you? Or a copy of, did you ever get served by anybody?
well, for the initial petition, yeah.
This one.
Yeah, that's all of this stuff in here, okay? This is all the papers that I have filed, they have filed. These are all the court documents
Okay.
that support this.
You mind if I want to run over there and talk to my chief deputy real quick?
Mm-hmm.
And talk to him about this real quick. Do you mind if I take this over there to him?
No, that's fine.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Sure. Thank you.
Ask if it was good.